laid down a couple of towels for him. I went and I washed myself today, and I flipped the mattress. Um, so hopefully I'll get a good night's sleep. Oh, I feel scab, a new scab on my head, y'all. You know I ain't did nothing to put it. Like, it's crazy. I think they were saying I had something, some type of hair disease. And I say that because there were times, probably 4 or 5 occasions while I was outside during those 3 weeks, that they acted like something was crawling on my scalp. But when I go through my hair, my head and my hair, like there was nothing there, but they were putting the abrasions as if there were, and like there was something that embedded itself. Similar to that red bug. You can tell I just gave him a bath, can't you? Look, sure. So, I'm having a 211 and Mad Dog right now. I actually having a light 211 because I like strong things like alcohol. I can taste. I like to taste the alcohol in my beverages. I've already told the story about me never being a beer person, and it coming from me spending time with my relatives. Them getting me to have an occasional beer, and I had boyfriends to drink it. But when they were drinking, I wouldn't have it until I was first indoctrinated by my relatives. Talked about that already. Old videos. But now I have it because there's a popular for everything that does a surface that I never get, like milk, which is why I purchased some today, because I'm like, not only does his dog need it, I need the ingredients of milk behind what they're doing to me, and them always using kids, to attack me. But yeah, a whole population of people that know that I want surface in their categories. Let's say, the working population of men, they always use them to attack me. And I'm talking about it is so bad. They always use them to attack me, and they plan on me not surfacing when they are. When I drink beer, they back off. I haven't been having wine, and I haven't been having wine in like a long time. I just started having wine yesterday. That was the first time you see me have wine in a minute. I've probably had wine like 3 times this year. That's how bad it is. Because there's no, like in terms of me carrying things, being on foot, there's no convenience in any of it. Like I said, my puppy's done, and I'm about to clean myself up. I haven't showered yet today. And I normally shower before I go off, take off on a walk, but I didn't. I went to the desk. I paid for 2 more nights that I didn't plan on paying for. And I came back to the room, and I didn't leave till after 2 p.m. to go do laundry, to wash this linen, and to grab something to eat, and to get something that would help my puppy. Before I left, I did his appointment, his veterinarian appointment via pause online. We did a video after I explained the symptoms he was having, and we talked about some possible, not possible remedies, but some steps to take. And he seems to, it's weird because they keep talking about how they have to get off of him, but they aren't getting off of him, and they're easing up like very, very, very slow. I'm talking about like microsecond slow, like nano slow, like it. He's displaying. I only purchased milk, not because I knew it was something, because I believe in forcing demons, okay? Like, I'll force them into doing, what I'm saying, like correcting something, or like, or acknowledging something, or to stop doing something that they're not supposed to be doing. I believe in forcing demons, okay? And that's kind of in part why I'm in the position that I'm in now. Like, I don't play with these motherfucking demons. I do not play with these federal agents at all. And so I would have forced them out and forced them off my dog, and made them change whatever they applied, made them take off whatever they applied to him. They're attacking my brain. They got mad about me saying that. But you know how that's how it goes. I believe in that. But when I thought about milk, it was like, you know, the demons want milk. The dog wants milk. The demons want milk as my dog. I said no initially, but then I thought about the benefit that would bring of me having the milk of Ram, because even when I had the last half gallon, I made sure I drank some. And I was like, when it came to me, it's always when it comes to me and me needing something, me finding a need in something, you know, that's always the driving force behind it. It's never like, oh, my dog needs this, my dog needs that, you know, this, that. It's never that. It's I saw the benefit in it for me, and that's what made me go ahead and give into it. And while I was washing laundry, I went to Walmart and I ended up grabbing a few things. Spent $30. Oh yeah, they had discounted. So this one I got yesterday for $7. I found two more today, also for $7. So that's $21 total. And Reebok's t-shirts. Good steal, okay, because I didn't have anything with sleeves, all right. And for those those tees, I prefer to wear something around like that hides my shoulders, covers, conceals, you know it. But that's all another story. So $14 in that, and then the other 15 and whatever I brought food. Uh, They said she be putting too much information in these videos. Every time I make one of these, they don't let it process till literally 5, 6 a.m. And they keep me up. So by the time it finally gives, like this, yeah, if I'm going live, it's on the social media phone. This is not the phone with service. You know, this is two of these phones, okay? And I left them here when I left. So when I came back, they had all the low lights positioned in both stairways, so that no matter what stairway I took to get to my room, I would pass them. The motherfucker was sitting, the nigga sitting over here with his kid, guarding my damn phones invisibly. Okay? But yeah, they're both the same Motorola's. I'm not going to talk about any of that, any of the things surrounding me passing and coming, him and the kid, and coming to my room. My anger is reaching a level where I can't do anything with it. So they're watching me act out right away when they try something, and that's only happened twice within the last 2 days. Yesterday they tried to escape me, dragging the girl out the window. She was a passenger. There was 3 other females in the car. They escaped it because she acted like she didn't do or say what she was trying to act like she did or say, and I only picked up on it faintly. Okay, so when I turned around, you know what I'm saying, and stared at her and gave them a look, the bitch kept her head down, would not look, and was quiet, like she didn't just say anything, while her friends drove off. I can beat 4 females. I cannot beat 4 guys, but I can beat one guy. You know, and then today, it was just like, it don't even matter because he didn't even act like nothing. It was all the things that they contemplated on using him to do that they ended up not doing because they saw how I react. They knew what I do. They knew I wasn't. They know that, like, the 0 to 100 thing is worse. Okay, like, it's at an all-time high. Like, motherfuckers ain't getting no chances. Motherfuckers ain't getting no nothing. Motherfuckers, and the look that I gave was like, the friend saw it. Was like, you know what I'm saying? So then the whole way while I'm walking back, the feds are talking about how she always be on something they don't be on, and they about to stop hanging with her and all kind of, look. It's a whole, okay. They were in their simulated environments. He went and got in bed, and he's still down. I gotta introduce him to this blow dryer thing, but not my blow dryer. I have to get a blow dryer that is conducive, you know. And I also have to get a better wetting tool. Like, I wouldn't have this issue if I was at home, because in my shower I have the thing I can remove, use to make sure, you know what I'm saying. Like, it would make the washing, the bath, so much easier. And the way that I do it right now, with the water just spilling from a faucet and going in one direction only, and me filling up a bucket and trying, is makes it harder. It doesn't make it impossible, but it makes it harder. It's not convenient. It doesn't make it convenient. Uh, my anger is normally, because I'm used to having, and I'll take breaks in between, and sometimes there's days in the week when just naturally, and then now I'm also going without money for periods of time, so there's also times there. But that's where all that extreme shit comes in, with them trying to make sure I don't move. Like, they'll beat me down with the sun of science, okay, to make sure I don't strike and hit them. So liquor is normally how I cope. It's how I control my anger. It's how I maintain a positive image. Despite all the bad things that are being done to me, and have been done to me, is how I normally hide from the public what I'm dealing with. And normally without it, like, it gets real bad. And it's not like that. It's not like alcoholism, You can tell I've been recording all these years. Like, it's not that. It's just how I choose to deal with and manage my anger. And it's not working right now. So instead of me drinking today, I'm going to stop after I finish what I have, because it's not helping. So I have to try something different. I have to just, and I take weeks and weeks and weeks. And this time I think I want to do something more extreme. This time. You see that thing? Standing on this side of the fence. Trying to block. It has a cell phone. It's using its cell phone to block my satellite signal and claim that it's me. Right now, what that thing is doing, homeless, whatever it may be, is claiming that it's me and that I'm not. It's trying to hide what's taking place. So, and they always get at that angle, like, it could be right here, right there, but it's always at an angle. They choose specific satellites to use to lie, because, like, let's say there's 8 satellites right here, okay, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, the ones that are claiming that I have no money every day use bitches like them, homeless folks. And they use them because they want to manifest things for themselves. They want to manifest whatever. Think about what someone truly homeless might need. Okay? And so that means it'll have to align with the tier of federal agents that are supporting those suggestions. You know what I'm saying? So it won't come over here. From over here, what they're viewing is me. You know what I'm saying? Like, or from over there, what they're viewing is me, and they won't show her at all. Even when I directed my camera towards her, they still won't show her, and they all control the narrative. So even the one that's trying to be as closest to reality as possible is still very far from reality. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it's pretty much as bad as them. Okay? And they rule all the time because they're afraid of losing the lowest. Look at who is most instrumental. They always choose the lowest. So, anyways, I was saying because, the anger thing is getting unbearable. And I only identified it because I saw how they responded, okay? It made me look at it closer to them, seeing that they didn't have a chance of getting out of the situation if I caught them doing anything. A cop waved at me today. Very rare. Normally they always have them in opposition. They're painting the same negative picture as everyone else. But he rode to the parking lot. He seen me outside. I was letting my dog use the bathroom. And he waved. And I smiled and returned the wave. That's abnormal. Shit like that don't happen no more, and it used to always happen. And it doesn't happen now because of who they're claiming I am. All the nasty, filthy shit they're pinning on me. All the life experiences they're pinning on me. And I don't give a fuck. I treat people like people, including cops. So like if a cop expresses like even acts like it wants to have a problem with me, and I ain't did shit and they ain't got shit on me, I will dog that motherfucker out. I'm talking about you. I look at them the same way I look at the low life, y'all. Like, bitch, if you even motherfucking try it, I'll demolish you. In the position that you in, you better motherfucking have a reason. And even still, it ain't nothing you should be taking personal. What the fuck you looking at me like you got a problem for? You know what I'm saying? Like when you see me, if there's something and it's legitimate, you supposed to be looking like you have reason, not even reasonable suspicion, but legitimate reason. Legitimate reason to profile me. I am a woman. In a world full of females, okay? Like, motherfuckers that are claiming, calling themselves, like, did this. I am the only woman in the world, and I'm the only woman in the world that matters. There's two of us. Alive. Everything else is fake. They lost their motherfucking minds in Atlanta, Georgia. You seen it. You seen it. You seen it. You seen it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. But anyways, my anger, I'm not dealing with it well. And in part, it's because I haven't met my mark. Okay? So that's what's making every situation be like, if a motherfucker even try it, I'm going to take advantage of it. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, everything in between is always about PR, public relations, like how I'm perceived, how I make sure no motherfucking body has a way to Always make sure people that I come in contact with compromise themselves, and those that I don't have no way to perceive me as anything but innocent. A woman minding her business. So, yeah, it ain't been working. The liquor. These last 2-3 days. I ran out of hard liquor 3 days ago, maybe 4. The liquor that I brought with me from Camp Creek. Not Camp Creek, Old National. They always make sure I miss those 2 up. They made sure I said one and not the other. I told you controlling the narrative, and then they put in what parts I want to see. It's like a guy when a guy is talking to me and talking about what he want to do. A low life guy, and it's like, why is you standing in front of me acting like I might even like find you? Like, why are you acting like I might have sex with you? Like, so look, and then I let the demons down softly. So, and when they know that it's going to be harsh, they don't show up. So they try to catch me off guard. They try to catch me when I'm vulnerable, like if I'm walking and they're sedating me, so I'm stumbling a little bit. Ain't had no liquor, no nothing. Y'all, I'm telling you, this shit is crazy. What I plan to do today is read. That's what I was supposed to do yesterday after I paid. But when I got to the laundromat, yes, I've been to the laundromat 2 days in a row. When I got to the laundromat, they were attacking my brain while I tried to read. So that means they kept erasing me, which means I end up having to read over and over again, comprehension, and then not being able to recall all the definitions of certain words. But what I'm reading about is what I'm reading about is I'm reading about the Antichrist. I'm reading about the Antichrist. And right away, I was able to generate some revelations, like some things that I wanted to mention in some videos, or not in some videos, in a video. But like I said, I struggled bad. Like between me being flabbergasted and being attacked with science, it wasn't happening. It was not happening. So it came to an end quickly at the laundromat. That's why today I didn't take my phones with me. I wanted to make sure that I kept it at the focal point as a task that I need to do. It is behind the. So when I talk about me, okay, like it happened to be about me. I have to find it beneficial to me. I wasn't even going to pay. I was going to push through this morning. But the last 2 days, that has been a contributor. It's been a contributor. Me wanting to read this literature and see how it relates to my life and myself. And again, like I said, so, this how I never use the phrase cold turkey. It's because I don't have those problems. I was not, I've talked to a couple of alcoholics and I know what the disease is. My grandfather had it, but that can't do nothing with us, right? So it is showing the guys those things that we could never make that are. And so I seen it, you know. And even with seeing it, like I had no real definition of it, because we didn't talk about it. We just identified it as a problem, and you know, him being that way. So it's been my adult experiences where I've gotten my education about the disease, you know. Even with studying it in college, okay, like I felt like it was touched on, but it was something that in order to tie into everyday life, you know what I'm saying? Bachelor's degree versus master. To tie into everyday life, you would have to further examine and study, okay? But hearing people talk about it and what it's done to them and what it means to be an alcoholic, like how you function as a alcoholic, that's where I've gotten my education from, but you need to understand this. I'm always willing to learn, and I always want to know, and I'm always examining myself. I'm always making sure I'm in check, okay? So, like, that's where that comes from. It never came from me being like, I think I have a problem. It never came from me being like, this is affecting my life. In fact, my words have always been that, you know, outside of me being like, I'm not at risk of this, I will always, they're blocking it from my memory now. I knew I should have said it when it first came to mind, but I had other things that it has to be in order. But I thought, see how I just rubbed the bug juice across my, anyways. Hateful ass motherfucking dummies. So it was always like, it wasn't ever, I'm not one of those people, it can't happen to me, thing. It was just like, I knew that what I was doing did not have control of me. It didn't control me. It didn't, it didn't control me. It could not make me act different. It could not make me do things outside of my character. It did, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was, what your responsible drinkers are trying to be like. So, yeah. But when it was that education, me asking people that admitted to me that they were alcoholics and that's why they don't drink or haven't drank and have been sober as long as they have. I met a guy that topped the all-time high. Recently I met a guy and he's been sober 36 years. His order is 39. He's been sober for 36 years. 36, I think. And, with every one of them, although their stories, their positions in life, the jobs they've held, whatever, are all different, they have these things that are the same. These things about their story and their experiences with alcohol that are the same. And that's how I know. But I make sure can't nobody call me shit. And that's why when the city of Akron called me mentally ill, bitch, everybody gonna die. That's the worst thing you can do is insult somebody's brain. And I've only lived my life one motherfucking way my entire life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not about to pin that on me. To save no motherfucking world, no people. Everybody gotta die. To invert no motherfucking low lives, acting like they can be different than they've always motherfucking been. Okay? And you counting on tearing my motherfucking appearance apart to make it happen. So look, anyways, this live was about to be about something else, and it was going to be probably an hour and a half, 2 hours long. But since I've said so much in it, and I normally don't speak in my lives, and this isn't a live like where nobody can watch. I've making the last 2 times I've made the live videos, I've made them unlisted. So that means that only if I send someone a link, I don't want motherfuckers acting like they tuning in. I be getting 1 or 2 people that be watching my motherfucking live. I don't even know who they are. I make sure you can't comment or nothing. My content is isolated. And you would be a motherfucking fool to think the motherfuckers who have ever ran into me ain't checking for me. So, with that being said, I've been making them unlisted and then I make them public. And with the way that it's been going, the feds have been needing a whole lot of time to process it. You know, like they be like, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no, until wee hours in the morning. So that means when I stop this video right now at 7:16, and this is the latest live I've made, meaning latest time in the day. 7:16. That shit, it ain't no telling when, but it's not long either. This is 31 minutes and 35 seconds so far. So yeah, anyways, yeah, you know my puppy, he's had his hygiene day. I'm working on mine. I thought that I was gonna clip his nails, but I'm thinking no. I feel like those 2-3 months that I went without being able to had an impact, and when I finally did, he had there was like little specks of blood. One of his nails bled a little bit, and that was too much for me. So I mean, I feel like I should have a professional. Even knowing the anatomy and dealing with it, you know what I'm saying, being able to see all that, it's still like the feds don't care. It's not honored. It's not honored. I could do it right and it wouldn't be honored. So I'm gonna have a professional cut his nails and get him right on the back track. But after I get out of this situation that I'm on before, right now I'm just monitoring them and making sure they stay low. It's not his back paws. His back paws are fine. It's his front that I feel are a bit too long for me. So he's already had his hygiene day. I'm going to do the same thing I did yesterday. I'm going to shower and I'm going to wash my hair again. I'm going to blow dry it. Yeah, I'm going to blow dry it. Then I'm going to buckle down and read. I'm going to find something interesting. Like, so day before yesterday, it was Bad Boy, and they played Bad Boys over and over again, like all 3 of them over and over again on whatever channel it was. I left it on mute. On parts that I enjoyed, I unmuted it, but I left it on mute, and that's what played the whole evening. Okay, into the wee hours of the night or whatever. And then yesterday it was Deja Vu, but they did not put it on repeat. And I tuned in for my favorite part. 1 or 2. And other than that, it was on mute. But I was okay with having those things playing in the background. It's hard for me to find something that I'm okay with having play in the background. Even with the TV being on mute, is what I'm saying to you. Like, the TV can be on mute, and I still wouldn't be okay with having just anything flashing. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, no.